Individuals that are attending Peter Thiel's Secret Society Retreat: Imad Akhund, founder and CEO, Mercury; Turki Al Faisal Al Saud, founder, King Faisal Foundation, former Minister of Intelligence, Saudi Arabia; Rima Al Saud, Ambassador of Saudi Arabia to the U.S., John Arnold, co-chair, Arnold Ventures; Susan Athey, Professor, Stanford Graduate School of Business; Peter Attia, physician, author; Scott Belsky, partner, A24 Films, former Adobe executive, founder, Behance; Nicholas Berggruen, founder and president, Berggruen Holdings; Scott Bessent, U.S. Treasury Secretary; Preet Parara, former U.S. Attorney, SDNY; Elizabeth Blackburn, Nobel Prize winner, former president, Salk Institute; Sarah Bond, president, Xbox; Cory Booker, U.S. Senator, New Jersey; Rachel Brand, chief legal officer, Walmart; Scooter Braun, founder, Ithaca Holdings; Pete Brigger, principal and chairman, Fortress Investment Group; Greg Brockman, co-founder and president, OpenAI; Manuel Bronstein, chief product officer, Roblox; Peter Brown, CEO, Renaissance Technologies; Thasunda Brown Duckett, president and CEO, TIAA; Sophia Bush, actress; Mike Cannon-Brooks, co-founder and CEO, Atlassian; Cesar Carvalho, co-founder and CEO, Wellhub; Wences Casares, founder and CEO, Zappo Bank; Julian Castro, former U.S. Housing Secretary; Bob Cialdini, author, influence; Matt Clifford, UK Prime Minister's advisor on AI; Caroline Cochran, co-founder and COO, Oklo; Matt Kohler, former general partner, Benchmark; Scott Cook, co-founder and chairman, Intuit; Tyler Cowen, economist; George Mason University, Ted Cruz; U.S. Senator, Texas, Adam D'Angelo, co-founder and CEO, Quora, Mitch Daniels; former governor of Indiana, Dan Driscoll; U.S. Army Secretary, Charles Duhigg; author, The Power of Habit, Steve Ells, founder and former CEO, Chipotle; Tim Ferriss, author and podcast host; Marcos Galperin, co-founder and CEO, Mercado Libre; Atul Gawande, author and physician; Tom Goldstein, founder, SCOTUS blog; Joseph Gordon-Levitt, actor; Adam Grant, organizational psychologist, author; Severin Hacker, co-founder and CTO, Duolingo; Jonathan Haidt, professor, NYU, author; Peggy Hamburg, former FDA commissioner; Sam Harris, author and podcast host; Jim Himes, U.S. Congressman, Connecticut; Oren Hoffman, CEO, SafeGraph; Reid Hoffman, co-founder, LinkedIn; Rob Herr, former special counsel, USDOJ; Bob Jane, CIO, Millennium Management; Brian Johnson, founder and CEO, Kernel, Blueprint; Kaja Kallas, vice president, European Commission, former PM of Estonia; Gaurav Kapadia, founder and CEO, XN; Karen Carniel Tambor, co-CIO; Bridgewater Associates; Gary Kasparov, former world chess champion; Neil Katyal, former acting solicitor; General Shahid Khaqan Abbasi, former Prime Minister of Pakistan; Ezra Klein, journalist and author; Taro Kono, digital minister, Japan; Henry Kravis, co-founder, KKR; Jared Kushner, founder, Affinity Partners; Jason Kwan, chief strategy officer, OpenAI; Leonard Leo, co-chairman, Federalist Society; John Levin, president, Stanford University; Howie Liu, founder and CEO, Airtable; Joe Lonsdale, founding partner, 8VC, co-founder, Palantir; Mickey Malka, founder, Ribbit Capital; Stan McChrystal, former U.S. Army General; Neil Mohan, CEO, YouTube; Lisa Monaco, former Deputy Attorney General; Wes Moore, Governor of Maryland; Elon Musk, CEO, SpaceX; co-founder and CEO, Tesla; Demet Mutlu, founder and CEO, Trendyol; Vasnarasimhan, CEO, Novartis; Grover Norquist, president, Americans for Tax Reform; Mike Novogratz, CEO, Galaxy Digital; Jim O'Neill, nominee for Deputy Secretary, HHS; Chamath Palihapitiya, founder and CEO, Social Capital; Benj Pasek, songwriter and producer; Daniel Pink, author; Steven Pinker, professor, Harvard University; Jared Paulus, governor of Colorado; Jonathan Ross, founder and CEO Grok Robert Rubin, former U.S. Treasury Secretary Gretchen Rubin, author and podcast host Sheikh Nawaf Saud Al Sabah, CEO Kuwait Petroleum Corporation, Will Scharf, White House Staff Secretary, Eric Schmidt, former CEO Google, Dan Schulman, former CEO PayPal, Drew Scott, Property Brothers, Kim Scott, author Radical Candor, Pete Shadbolt, founder and chief science officer, PsiQuantum, Ali Siddiqui, board chair or Zero, Barry Silbert, founder and CEO Digital Currency Group, Anne-Marie Slaughter, CEO New America, Charlie Songhurst, board director, Meta, Jens Spahn, German member of parliament, Scott Stevenson, chairman and CEO Verisk, Barry Sternlicht, chairman and CEO Starwood Capital Group, Brett Stevens, New York Times columnist, Lawrence Summers, former U.S. Treasury Secretary, astroteller, captain of moonshots, Peter Thiel, co-founder, Founders Fund, Palantir, PayPal, Nick Thompson, CEO, The Atlantic, John Townsend, author, Boundaries, Tom Tugendhat, Member of Parliament, United Kingdom, Tim Urban, writer, Wait But Why, Rick Warren, pastor and author, Strauss Zelnick, Chairman and CEO, Take-Two Interactive, Shivan Zilis, Director, Neuralink.